We are about to embark on a journey that will challenge everything you think you know about yourself. But right now, you are living with a version of yourself that has been shaped by society, by expectations, by fears, and by unconscious forces that you do not yet understand. But deep within you, beneath the layers of conditioning and doubt, lies something ancient, something powerful, your archetype. Carl Jung believed that every single one of us carries within us a set of primordial images, patterns of behavior, and inner forces that shape who we are meant to become. The problem? Most people never truly meet their archetype. They never discover the hidden blueprint of their being. And because of that, they live their lives feeling lost, uncertain, lacking the confidence to step into their true nature. But today, that ends. In this journey, we will uncover how you can find your archetype, how you can unlock the deepest parts of your personality, and how doing so will give you unshakable confidence, but a sense of purpose, and a connection to something greater than yourself.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound insights.
Imagine this. You are standing in the middle of an ancient forest. The trees stretch endlessly into the sky. The air is thick with mystery. Somewhere deep within this forest lies the answer to who you truly are. But to reach it, you must walk a path that few dare to tread. This is the journey of individuation, the process of uncovering your true self by integrating the unconscious parts of your mind. Jung believed that buried within our subconscious are powerful, universal symbols, archetypes, that influence our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. These archetypes appear in myths, in religious stories, in the greatest works of art, and in our own dreams. They are the king, the warrior, the magician, the lover. They are the shadow, the anima, the hero. They are the hidden forces that shape the way we act, the way we think, the way we feel. But unless we become conscious of them, they control us instead of empowering us. So let me ask you, who is really in control of your life? Is it the real you? Or is it the unconscious forces that you do not yet understand? Let's begin by understanding why so many people lack confidence in the first place. Have you ever felt like you were wearing a mask, playing a role that wasn't truly you? Maybe in social situations, at work, or even in your own relationships, you feel like you have to suppress certain parts of yourself to fit in. That feeling, that unease, that self-doubt is a sign that you are disconnected from your archetype. True confidence does not come from pretending to be something you're not. It doesn't come from forcing yourself to be loud or dominant or outgoing if that's not who you are. True confidence comes from alignment when your conscious self and your unconscious self are in harmony. And the only way to achieve that is to uncover your dominant archetype and fully integrate it into your life. Let's go deeper. Jung identified several major archetypes, but the most important ones for understanding yourself and unlocking confidence are the following: the hero, the sage, the creator, the explorer, the ruler, the lover, the magician, and the rebel. Each of these archetypes represents a fundamental way of being in the world. Each has strengths, weaknesses, desires, and fears. The hero seeks to prove themselves through challenge and struggle. They thrive in adversity. They are driven by a deep need to overcome. The sage seeks truth, wisdom, and understanding, often withdrawing from the world to master knowledge. The creator finds meaning through self-expression and bringing new things into existence. The explorer is restless, always seeking new experiences, new lands, new ideas. The ruler desires order, control, and mastery over their domain. The lover seeks deep, emotional connection and the beauty of relationships. The magician transforms reality, bending the world to their vision through insight and mastery. The rebel breaks the rules, destroys outdated systems, and forges new paths. Right now, one or more of these archetypes are calling to you. They have been present in your life all along, showing up in your dreams, in your passions, in the people you admire, in the stories that resonate with you. But have you been listening, or have you been suppressing them, denying their presence, because they don't fit into the version of yourself that society has conditioned you to be? This is the greatest tragedy of modern life. We are taught to ignore our nature. We are told to suppress our instincts, our desires, our true selves in order to conform. And in doing so, we become shadows of who we were meant to be. So here's the real question. What would happen if you finally answered the call of your archetype? What if you stopped resisting it and fully embraced it? What if you stepped into the role that you were meant to play in this life? That is where true confidence is born. Because confidence is not about forcing yourself to be fearless. It is not about pretending to be strong. Confidence is the natural result of knowing exactly who you are and living in alignment with that truth. But let's make this practical. How do you actually find your archetype? How do you uncover the hidden forces within you? The first step is deep reflection. Look at the stories that have always resonated with you. What kind of characters do you admire? What kinds of challenges excite you? What dreams have been calling to you since childhood? These are clues. They are signals from your unconscious trying to guide you toward your true nature. The second step is to analyze your fears. What are you most afraid of? Often, the thing that scares us the most is directly linked to our archetype. If you fear being powerless, perhaps the ruler archetype is calling to you. But if you fear being ordinary, the creator or the magician may be your true nature. If you fear being trapped, the explorer is trying to break free. Fear is not your enemy, it is a map. It points directly to the part of yourself that you have not yet embraced. The third step is to observe your patterns. How do you naturally respond to challenges? When faced with adversity, do you fight, seek knowledge, create, explore, lead, connect, transform, or rebel? Your automatic responses reveal your archetypal nature. But be careful, society has trained many of us to suppress our natural instincts. You may have been conditioned to act in a way that is not truly you. That is why deep introspection is necessary. You must separate what is truly yours from what was imposed on you. Now comes the most powerful step, integration. It is not enough to simply know your archetype. You must embody it. You must bring it into every aspect of your life. This means changing the way you think, the way you act, the way you make decisions. It means stepping into roles that align with your archetype. If you are a hero, seek challenges. Push yourself beyond your limits. If you are a sage, immerse yourself in deep study. Become a master of your craft. If you are a creator, make your ideas reality. If you are an explorer, break free from routine and seek the unknown. If you are a ruler, take control of your life, build something great. If you are a lover, embrace vulnerability and deep connection. If you are a magician, learn to shape reality, to influence, to transform. If you are a rebel, stop conforming and forge your own path. This is the work of individuation. This is the path to true confidence. It is not about becoming something you are not. It is about remembering who you have always been. But let me ask you something. Are you ready? Are you truly willing to face yourself? Because this journey is not for the weak. It requires absolute honesty. It requires the courage to confront your fears, to break free from conditioning, to step into the unknown. Those people will never do it. They will live their entire lives wearing masks, playing roles that do not belong to them. But you have a choice. Right now, in this moment, you can choose to awaken. You can choose to meet your archetype, to embrace it fully, and to walk through life with the kind of confidence that can only come from true self-knowledge. But before we continue, I have one final question for you. If you knew with absolute certainty that embracing your true archetype would change everything, your confidence, your purpose, your destiny, would you have the courage to do it? Or would you stay in the comfort that was given to you? The choice is yours. If you are still here, if you are still listening, then you have already taken the first step. You have chosen to face yourself. But understanding your archetype is only the beginning. Now comes the real challenge: living it. This is where most people fail. They discover something deep about themselves. They feel a powerful insight, but then they do nothing with it. They return to their old patterns, their old fears, their old conditioning, and they allow the world to pull them back into unconsciousness. So I ask you again, will you let that happen? Or will you take this knowledge and use it to transform your life? Let's go deeper. Knowing your archetype is not just about understanding who you are, it's about understanding the forces that shape the world around you. Think about this. Every great leader, every revolutionary thinker, every legendary figure in history was driven by an archetype. The great conquerors were rulers. The prophets were sages. The artists who changed culture were creators. The explorers who defied the limits of human experience were driven by the explorer archetype. The warriors who shaped history were heroes. The mystics and visionaries who saw beyond the surface of reality were magicians. The rebels who tore down oppressive systems and forged new paths were embodying the rebel archetype. But these are not just abstract ideas. They are the fundamental forces that drive human civilization, and they exist within you. But here's the problem: most people never fully embody their archetype because they are afraid of what it demands of them. To truly live as a hero means embracing struggle, pain, and adversity. It means risking failure. To embody the sage means relentless pursuit of wisdom, often at the cost of comfort and belonging. To live as a creator means exposing your soul to the world, risking rejection, criticism, and misunderstanding. To be an explorer means walking away from stability, from safety, from the known. To be a ruler means taking full responsibility, not just for yourself, but for others. To be a lover means opening your heart completely, making yourself vulnerable to deep emotional pain. And to be a magician means stepping into the unknown, embracing mystery, and learning to wield power responsibly. And to be a rebel means standing alone, defying the norm, accepting the burden of being different. Are you beginning to see the pattern? Every archetype comes with a cost. And that is why most people never fully step into theirs. They want the benefits, but they are afraid of the price. But here's the truth: the cost of not living your archetype is far greater. When you deny your true nature, you suffer. You feel lost, unfulfilled, disconnected. You struggle with self-doubt because deep down, you know you are not being who you were meant to be. You feel like something is missing, like there is a void inside you that cannot be filled. And no amount of external success, no amount of validation, no amount of distraction can ever compensate for that loss. So again, I ask you, are you willing to pay the price of becoming who you truly are? Because if you are, everything will change. Your confidence will no longer be an act. It will no longer be something you have to force. It will be effortless, natural, because you will be living in alignment with your deepest nature. But let's make this even more practical. How do you take this knowledge and actually apply it to your life? The first step is radical honesty. You must be brutally honest with yourself about who you are and who you are not. Too many people try to force themselves into archetypes that do not align with them. In KE, they try to be warriors when they are meant to be sages. They try to be lovers when they are meant to be rulers. They try to be rebels when they are meant to be creators. This is a mistake. You cannot choose your archetype. It has already been chosen for you. Your only job is to discover it and embrace it fully. So take a moment and ask yourself, what is the dominant force that has been shaping your life? What kind of challenges have always called to you? What kind of dreams have never left you, no matter how much you try to suppress them? What kind of people do you admire the most, and why? These questions will reveal the truth. The next step is embodiment. Once you know your archetype, you must begin to live it every single day. This means making decisions that align with your archetypal nature. But if you are a hero, seek out challenges. Train your body, train your mind, develop resilience. If you are a sage, dedicate yourself to mastery. Become a student of life. Pursue knowledge relentlessly. If you are a creator, stop waiting for permission and start creating. If you are an explorer, break free from routine, seek new experiences, push your boundaries. If you are a ruler, take control of your life, step into leadership, build something meaningful. If you are a lover, cultivate deep connections, embrace vulnerability, lead with your heart. If you are a magician, study the unseen forces of life, develop your intuition, learn to shape reality. If you are a rebel, stop conforming, challenge the status quo, forge your own path. But this is where transformation happens, not in theory, but in action. Confidence comes from action. It comes from living in alignment with your deepest truth. And the more you embody your archetype, the more natural confidence will become. But there is one more challenge: you must face the shadow. Jung taught that every archetype has a shadow side. This is the dark, unconscious aspect of your nature that you have not yet integrated. The hero's shadow is arrogance, recklessness, the need to be seen as strong at all costs. The sage's shadow is detachment, isolation, the tendency to use knowledge as a shield from real experience. The creator's shadow is self-doubt, perfectionism, the fear of being judged. The explorer's shadow is restlessness, the inability to commit, the fear of stillness. But the ruler's shadow is tyranny, control, the fear of losing power. The lover's shadow is obsession, dependency, the fear of being alone. The magician's shadow is manipulation, illusion, the fear of losing control over reality. But the rebel's shadow is destruction for the sake of destruction, the inability to build something lasting. If you do not confront your shadow, it will control you. It will sabotage you. It will make you doubt yourself, hold yourself back, undermine your confidence from within. This is why true confidence is not just about embracing your strengths, it is about integrating your darkness. It is about looking at your shadow and saying, I see you. I accept you. I will not let you control me. This is the hardest part of the journey. It requires deep self-awareness. It requires courage. It requires the willingness to face the parts of yourself that you would rather ignore. But if you can do this, if you can integrate your shadow instead of suppressing it, you will become unstoppable. Your confidence will be unshakable because it will not be based on illusion. It will be real. It will be grounded in deep self-knowledge. And that is the secret. That is how you unlock true confidence, not by pretending to be fearless, but by knowing who you are, accepting all of yourself, and living in alignment with your archetype. This is the path of individuation. This is the path of true self-mastery. But before we continue, I want you to think about something. If you knew, without a doubt, that embracing your archetype would change everything, if you knew that it would give you the confidence, the purpose, the power you have always wanted, what is stopping you from fully stepping into it right now? What fears, what doubts, what old beliefs are still holding you back? And more importantly, are you willing to let them go? Because in the final part of this journey, we are going to go even deeper. We are going to break through the final barriers. We are going to shatter the illusions that have been keeping you small. And by the end, you will not just understand your archetype, you will become it. You have come this far, which means you are ready for the final step. This is where everything changes. This is where the illusion of who you thought you were dissolves and the real you emerges. But before we go any further, I need to ask you one more time, are you truly ready? Because what we are about to discuss is not just theory. It is not just philosophy. It is a transformation that will alter the way you see yourself forever. If you truly commit to this, there is no turning back. Take a deep breath. Now, close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself standing in front of a mirror. But this is not just any mirror, it is a reflection of your soul. In this mirror, you do not see the version of yourself that you present to the world. You do not see the carefully crafted identity that you have built over the years. You do not see the mask. You see the raw, unfiltered truth of who you are. What do you see? Are you seeing the hero, standing tall, ready to face any challenge? Or are you seeing someone who has been avoiding their true path, afraid of stepping into their power? Are you seeing the sage with deep wisdom in their eyes? Or are you seeing someone who has been drowning in distractions, avoiding the hard questions? Are you seeing the creator overflowing with ideas and passion? Or are you seeing someone who has been holding themselves back, afraid of failure? Are you seeing the explorer, fearless and free? Or are you seeing someone who has been trapped in routine, afraid to step into the unknown? Are you seeing the ruler, strong and decisive? Or are you seeing someone who has been avoiding responsibility, afraid to take control of their own life? Are you seeing the lover, radiating warmth and connection? Or are you seeing someone who has been closed off, afraid of being vulnerable? Are you seeing the magician, a master of transformation? Or are you seeing someone who has been afraid to embrace their power? Are you seeing the rebel, fearless in their defiance? Or are you seeing someone who has been conforming, afraid to stand alone? The truth is staring you in the face. You know, deep down, who you are meant to be. You have always known. but something has been holding you back. And now, in this moment, you must make a choice. Are you going to step forward and claim your true identity? Or are you going to keep living as a fraction of yourself, always wondering what could have been? In this final step, we are going to break through the last barriers. We are going to strip away the final layers of illusion. And by the end of this, you will not just know your archetype, you will embody it fully. Let's begin. Now that you have identified your archetype, the next step is total immersion. This means restructuring your entire life to align with your true nature. Most people fail at this stage because they try to integrate their archetype in small, hesitant steps. They dip their toes into their true nature instead of diving in completely. But transformation does not happen through hesitation. It happens through full commitment. If you are a hero, you must make challenge and adversity the foundation of your life. You must push yourself beyond your limits every single day. You must seek out situations that test your strength, that force you to grow. You must embrace discomfort as your ally. If you are a sage, you must dedicate yourself to mastery. You must become obsessed with learning, with understanding, with uncovering the deepest truths of life. You must surround yourself with knowledge, with wisdom, with minds that challenge you. If you are a creator, you must create relentlessly. You must stop waiting for the perfect moment, stop making excuses, stop fearing judgment. You must make your art, your ideas, your vision real. If you are an explorer, you must break free from anything that confines you. You must seek out the unknown, push past the boundaries of comfort, immerse yourself in new experiences. If you are a ruler, you must step into leadership. You must take control of your life, make decisive choices, build something meaningful. If you are a lover, you must open your heart fully. You must embrace vulnerability, seek deep connection, lead with love. If you are a magician, you must master transformation. You must learn to shape reality, to influence, to manifest. If you are a rebel, you must stop hesitating. You must break free from conformity, challenge the system, forge your own path. This is not something you do occasionally. This is something you commit to every single day. But here is where it gets even more powerful. Once you fully embody your archetype, something incredible happens. You begin to attract exactly what you need. The moment you align yourself with your true nature, the universe responds. Opportunities appear. People enter your life who resonate with your energy. Challenges arise that shape you into an even stronger version of yourself. Everything begins to move in harmony because you are no longer resisting who you are meant to be. This is why confidence becomes effortless. That you no longer have to force it. You no longer have to fake it. You simply live in alignment with your deepest nature, and confidence flows naturally from that state. But there is one final piece to this puzzle: liberation from fear. Fear is the last enemy you must conquer. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of stepping into the unknown. But let me ask you this: what is more terrifying? The fear of failing, or the fear of never truly living as yourself? The fear of rejection, or the fear of spending your entire life suppressing who you really are? The fear of stepping into the unknown, or the fear of staying trapped in a life that does not belong to you? Fear only has power over you if you allow it to. But once you make the decision to embrace your archetype fully, without hesitation, without compromise, fear loses its grip. it becomes nothing more than an echo, a distant voice that no longer controls you. So now we come to the final moment, the moment where you decide. Are you going to walk away from this video feeling inspired but unchanged? Or are you going to take what you have learned and use it to become the person you were always meant to be? Are you going to keep living in hesitation, in doubt, in fear? Or are you going to step into your archetype fully, with absolute confidence and conviction? The choice is yours. But remember this, life does not wait. Every moment you hesitate is a moment lost. Every day you delay is a day you can never get back. The time is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not someday, now. So make the decision, step forward, claim your identity, and never look back. Because once you truly embrace your archetype, once you unlock the confidence that comes from knowing exactly who you are, nothing will ever be the same again. This is your moment. Take it.